Hi, I'm Doggy Dan, full-time professional dog trainer and behavioural specialist. I love dogs. I've worked with hundreds over the years of every shape, size, age and breed, as well as their often colourful owners. From barking aggressive chihuahuas to territorial pit bulls, if a dog is causing grief or terror, drop it. I'll work with the owners to turn their troubled dogs into great dogs. Sit. The connection that I've got with dogs is really deep. I mean, it's hard to actually explain it. A lot of people actually believe I was a dog in a past life. That's not me saying it, that's other people. I think they really mean it. There's not many dogs who I don't understand, that even within a couple of hours I feel like I totally get often I feel like it's the poor dog, and I feel like the dog gets me. That's the beautiful thing. And I guess with dogs, it is actually, so often it's so simple. Dogs are pack animals, and they instinctively, through nature, follow a pack leader. So if you are the pack leader, the dogs will follow. The secret to my success really lies in the fact that I've come to understand how to be the pack leader in a way that doesn't use any force, fear, or aggression. And when you do that, dogs will instinctively follow you because they're pack animals. Yesterday was a classic example of 50-kilogram Malamute who they could not walk on the lead. They'd been to a couple of trainers already. They'd used the force method of using a chain, and it was nothing to do with the actual walk that he needed. He didn't need training on the lead. It was a case of win this dog's mind inside the house. And then he followed. And they couldn't believe it. I mean, there was no force involved. This beautiful dog. I really felt like I connected with him at an almost spiritual level. When you connect with a 50-kilogram wolf look-alike, a massive Malamute, and he touches nose with you and you look him right in the eyes and you know that he has said, yes, I will follow you. When we understand what they really need, then they transform and will start following us without all this need for clickers and treats and gadgets and widgets and throwing chains and growling at the dog's face. They're actually incredibly loving creatures. They're such beautiful animals. Because I see things every day. I hear owners go, wow, every day, every dog I work with. And it's a beautiful thing. It's something I don't want to just keep taking home and going, wow, explaining to my wife saying, guess what happened today? That's what would be different. When you connect with an animal that size, an animal of nature, it's a beautiful thing.
This is Millie. She's a rather excitable and determined little bichon. As you can see, I wasn't spared from Millie's harassment either. Time to have a chat with her owners and make a plan.
So the key to everything is making sure that dear little Millie understands that you're in charge. You're the decision makers in the pack.
After an hour or so of working with Millie and the girls, Millie was like a new dog. No yapping away in her old stomping ground by the front door, but rather a great dog who is happy to succumb to the leader of the pack. Good on you, Millie. Next, I was off to see Gail and Warren and their defiant Jack Russell cross, Lucy.
Our dog's name is Lucy, and she's 3, and she's a Bitzer. Jack Russell, Foxy, Corgi. She has not many problems, but our biggest problem is she doesn't come back to recall. If we open the front door, she gets it, she's gone. So
here we are at the park with Lucy, and we're going to start training the recall, and what we've got is 55 metres of 4mm thick line, so a pretty thin line, but it's very strong. We've got a clip which we're going to attach it to and clip onto Lucy so we can keep control of her, and we've got some beautiful tasty treats here. We'll just pop this. I didn't ask her to get out, so I'll ask her to get back in. Back in you get, Hup. Good girl, wait. The tiny little thing, but all these little things add up. Okay, good girl, come on. And the idea is we're going to just drop this long line on the floor and just let it run.
The key is to make it fun. So call her over, reward her immediately, and then let her go again.
Beautiful. So Lucy's got the idea that the recall is simply calling her, she gets a reward and we let her go. She's realising we're not here to spoil the fun, which is what so often happens. The recall becomes the worst thing in the world. Yeah. Whereas with her, it's actually becoming a fantastic thing. She's hanging out for the next recall, effectively.
Yeah. I had no idea that all those little things that you've brought to my
Yep.
attention, the 5 rules, and the things that we do every day, and we're just reinforcing the fact that she's the boss and that we're there to serve her, which is not going to happen anymore.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So for a complete solution to training your dog, stopping all of those unwanted dog behaviours and raising the perfect puppy, check out my video website, The Online Dog Trainer. In this free giveaway, I'm going to show you a couple of key reasons as to why your dog is dragging you out of your property and down the street, and how to turn it all around so that you are back in total control. As you're going to see, the amazing thing about this method is that I use absolutely no force or fear or aggression. I don't even need to correct this dog, and yet she'll stop pulling of her own free will. A lot of people fail to realize that unless you first establish yourself as the pack leader in the house, your dog will never let you be the pack leader on the walk, and so they'll always pull you. Becoming the pack leader is something I explain step by step by implementing the 5 golden rules that are inside the pack leader section of this video-based website. It's something that's so fundamental to stopping your dog from pulling you down the street. Just to give you a bit of background, I came to work with Bella as she was being aggressive with another dog in the house. She's clearly a strong dog, and she's got a lot of energy that she was demonstrating when I turned up.
Bring your tire. Bella, come here. Come here. Good girl.
Also, it's worth pointing out that Bella is usually walked on a check chain. But as you can see, she either doesn't like it or she's playing a game. But I'm going to show you how you won't even need one when you know how to walk your dog properly. So here we are at the very start of the walk, and I've just attached a simple lead to her simple flat collar. There's no check chain. And then I'm going to stand up and just wait for her to calm down. I want a nice loose leash before I actually start walking. The biggest mistake that people make when setting off is that they lose control before they even get off their property. If your dog is doing backflips and barking and jumping up when you pick the lead up, you must wait until your dog has calmed down. If your dog refuses to calm down, then you can take the lead off, put it away, and try a little bit later. Whether your dog will respect you when you put the lead on them, or whether they'll pull you, comes back to whether you first established yourself as the pack leader, and your dog has that respect for you or not. Here I am with Bella, just walking around the garden. I'm making sure she's on a really loose leash. I'm only taking a step forward when she's calm and relaxed. And then I'm doing something called stop, start, and change direction, which is as exactly as it sounds. I'm using the objects and furniture that are left in the garden here to block Bella, to make sure that she can't push past me. And then as I keep her on the same side, I turn her around and walk back again. I continue with these exercises until we're ready to move closer to the gate. Here we are, we've actually reached the gate, and of course Bella tries to push through. So I open it and I move straight away from it. I walk her away. Taking control of the situation like this is very convincing to the dog. It shows her that even though the gate's open, I'm still in charge. And as you can see, it's these simple techniques which set me up in the position that I'm in now to be able to walk her out of the property. All the groundwork that we've put in means that we've got a far calmer dog when we actually leave the property. It's only going to take a couple of seconds before she starts to respond and understand that outside, just like inside, we're in charge and she should be listening to us. We've virtually got a different dog immediately. Just to remind you, here's Bella a short while earlier with her owner, and here she is now. If you're patient and take your time, then with a bit of knowledge, you can have the dog you've always dreamed of walking beside you quicker than you'd ever imagine. Inside this site, you can watch the entire video of me working with Bella, from the second I pick up the lead and put it on her until we're walking calmly down the street together. You can also see how we got her relationship with Asterix back on track. There's nothing left out. so that you can follow it exactly, step by step, until you get to this stage, where you aren't even holding the lead, and your dog is walking by your side. Not even holding the lead, she's just walking next to me. Once you've put in place the 5 golden rules to becoming the pack leader that are shown on the site, then you'll be in a position to train your dog.